You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Of course. Anything to help. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with...
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say.
Of course, Detective. Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer? Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming that... Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? An installation. Us poor people are stupid and don't get installations. All I see is a heap of trash. This actually calls for a funeral, I think. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. Holding a funeral doesn't mean you love death. Our things are part of our life world. They're made with human sweat and they share human history.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water. Take it from someone who's been through a few...
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it.
Absolutely. Oh? Who? Okay. Oh. Yes, that... Sorry I couldn't help you out. Really? A lot of stuff. I guess that makes you into some sort of terrier. Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see...
This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Oh, very. Finding pieces of glass, bits of wood. Every once in a while we get dead bodies. What else? Bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in general.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. Mines. Mines. You need mines.
Well, the RCM has to wait for another one, because some army folks came by, took it in the middle of the bay and blew it.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. I still have a golden ear. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause...
We are not here to cause any
Trouble? Say the second thing, Gratan. Shows you got style.
No, you're not. I've seen you around here before. 12 years ago. You didn't raise any hell. You were quite helpful, actually. But still in Martinez, you're considered... Oh, the usual.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your...
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One, he was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Maybe because you're an ill omen, but you're still welcome here. As long as men with I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. This is my little cinder block town.
She's being evasive.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. No, it's not like that, man. With him we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself. There's not much to tell.
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around.
Ruby was here. Ask her about lodgings.
Stay? That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to. My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. Don't make an old woman regret opening.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages...
Finally, you have those lamos of Martinez off your back, Bratan! This looks
Just us. It's barely a village. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even...
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
Riddles. Fits with the general ambiance here.
Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost inside. Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days. Isn't that what people always think when they are lost? Something I can do for you to find your way, officer? Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and...
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in...
An old military hospital and its surround. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets. And makeshift cinder. The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Here, for you, no officer.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Not much. Where's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity? It's been this. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around.
So, they don't all serve?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. Huh. And now, suspicious-looking people.
Perhaps the mysterious music is somehow connected to the case. A Rusalka.
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins. An apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run down. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. What? You're one of those real estate. Used to be a supply depot. We think. Sending goods and ammo across the bay. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many tight...
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother. This one doesn't say any...
Lily's our mum.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head, the other one laughed. Maybe there's some kind of reason why they're laughing. The boy stopped. Oh, okay. So now he's shy. Now he's not talking. Just wobbling around. The stone kicking one becomes frantic.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer.
You're bad with kids. Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds with
Then we're definitely doing it. The worn and beaten...
We can sit on benches after we've...
You can revisit the bench.
You stop mid-step.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle!
In this drunk's hand, on the pipe there. It's hard to know what exactly...
Oh, I think this is about so much more!
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. How's business? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset.
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset.
I like this guy! You should too! He respects you by calling you your true name!
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image. Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't...
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong. Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
Can't really remember seeing any women.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages.
We are safe. Please! Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. So now, it's a pirate's... It's you. We've met before. Don't you remember? Aha.
Tequila Sunset.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer. And that it would be really fucked up if you...
It is. Oh yeah. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get a...
Oh, yes, you do, Bratushka! The only thing...
One moment we hear the sound of a motor car.
Do you remember the sound?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in. Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence. It sounded like someone jumped the canal. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. So, naturally, being the curious... The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things! Yeah, looms.
Your hands cramp on the steering wheel.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were recognizing a brother in need. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on. Yeah, I agree. Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, how they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be...
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you...
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to get beside your gun and your badge, in retrospect, I guess you told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers, whose main interest...
It's more like you were cramping.
No specifics, though. Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd...
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach...
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Yeah, you said that it was okay that you... This was before you started talking about how the Pinkies were always trying to fuck. You kept calling yourself a goddamn super...
As you've already determined, the actual number is just...
No thanks to the squares at the priest. It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. It depends.
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his pocket.
I don't want it, man. I need it. So, have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me. Interesting.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call Abigail!
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder slash junior partner at a high... I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called... I developed the paradigm. Worked within the paradigm. But the 22 full-time employees. An all-star team. A potentially historical set of... It did. With my but now dreams are worn thin. Much like... One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're
His eyes are clouded. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the keyring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I...
No, you don't.
Whatever. The point is, reality was looking rather grim just then. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, I rang my neighbor's buzzers. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on.
Heavy is the head.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? Tequila, I've thought about this series of events.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any idea on... I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen. Yeah, maybe I've exaggerated, but what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience.
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
Good fucking question, Tequila. I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I... Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole...
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
What? You've never seen... Pretty nice, huh? This might be...
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less. Randomized trials have also found Lycra, TM, to be associated with a number of exotic, highly malignant... And then there's the smell. But you don't even want to think...
Wow, you're lucky.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're... Tequila... It's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom spiral out. If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around. My agency. Man. The boom. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more... I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language.
Sounds intriguing. What say you, Art Cop?
Well, you know, sex sells. That's the first rule of advertising. Maybe you're right. Who knows? Maybe we were behind the curve. My fellow member...
Hey!
Shut the fuck up,
I thought he was a cool...
Damn cool.
And this is Abs. I'm all ears, Tequila. I do. But as you can see, my fuel... Then I can't... You too, Tequila.
Yes? Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged...
Oh, so you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised?
That's good. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll...
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on. A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries, chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. The road is smooth and motley, craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man, his boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. The number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more. Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of traffic. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about. Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The wind moves the air. The door has seen better days.
It's getting late. I'll let you sweep this place on your own. I'm sure you can handle the washerwoman. I'll be sleeping in. Good night. And try not to break the case without...
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it. Adorned. The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the not familiar in a good way. An old mirror hangs on the wall. An old mirror hangs on the wall. It's like something snaps in you. A nerve, and just like that, it's over. On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next... On the table, you see a... On the table, you see a bowl of water. Like an artist with a brush or a master, the sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it, chilly. They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Your face, such as... A brisk coastal wind still howls against the The room feels muffled, like you pulled.
What is this place to you?
Behind the half-built cinder block house at the other end of the village, there are. You already were a part of their crew once. You can get drunk with them again. You're probably going to hang out there a lot. Behind that, outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves.
Look.
As you look at the floorboard, the edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washer holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself. The old woman, the buzz of electric lights.
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. My suggestion is, don't. Don't grow any older than you already. Damn that girl. Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant. And notice, yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl, as I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a... No, she was most... She tried not to let it show. But I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines. How would I know?
You could ask her about your hunch.
Aye. Do tell. Exit from what? No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter. Like you sometimes get, son.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was...
The sun sets.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Not that I know of. Though she was into nice music. Although I guess she was pretty handy with... I cleaned it. No. Yes. Early with the dogs. Around... I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up.
It's a peninsula. She...
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived. Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her.
No, you can do it. Behind the cinder block houses. Old pre-war ruins rise to the skyline.
What more do you want to... Yes, what do you want with a lost jacket? You're trying to wink at me, on? Are you getting a reward for it at least? What? You're fetching someone's missing laundry free of charge? None of my business, either way. Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's... What do you want with a lost jacket? He probably pawned it for... Are you getting a reward for it at least? What? You're... None of my business. Anyhow, one thing, officer. If you do find her...
She really means it.
She's a good girl. What a...
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer? Unbelievable. You are looking for more lost things. Doom Spiral is... It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old Doom Spiral. Upper management to the... How sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the... If one of them lost something, that's as...
It's getting cold. The bed is comforting. Across the room, the heating system hummed.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those
Recorded in you. Forever. On Faraday.
on and on it goes. For untold hours.
Behold, there are millions of them down there.
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day. You can never forget this shit.
Beautiful. It's stuck on...
You're the son of the world again. Harrister.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The end...
You'll go insane if you keep going like this.
For the working class. For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
'Cause only love can break your... Beep, beep, beep! The alarm is ringing, Harry!
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the wind. Good. You're up. It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around. Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité. The most awesome, it is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions. Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't like a committee. Only the most evil, your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a together. You'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, good luck. Your report. old mirror hangs on the wall.
Yes? Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps, I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a bit
Damage.
Either way, good on you. You were saying? I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to If you ask me, it's high time for you to put the bottle away. Sober up, get back to basics. That would be my advice. Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for? No. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility? Fascinating. And here I believed your recent turn toward moralism was just an act. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villedroit, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But now, was there anything else?
Wow, a very large red t-shirt. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you. A giant sword. It smells like worn cotton with a side.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try and...
You're not imagining it. Photon emissions?
Too rare.
That's dirt cheap.
You should.
It's the man from...
Walking away.
Their matter-of-fact tone belies their surprise at the fact that you didn't recognize the figure in the print.
Huh? Oh, I see. That's tough, man. I feel the same way sometimes. In fact, most people...
Heimdall is...
Neither is the man a real man, of course. But welcome to Heimdall, officer.
A typical Martinez streetlight. You see rows of toy soldiers. Try to find something pretty and cool here. Yes, this sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up.
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive.
You're probably talking about... I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. Maybe.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out. Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious.
A long, long time ago.
Hello again, esteemed officer. A book about cockatoos?
Hi, Ace Detective.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot.
Wonderful board games. Sir, Browbritter is a fun game of economic...
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Friends are technically like... For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerain. Lousy auras there. No, roll... I've heard they turn people into a...
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks, featuring mountains of it. Rows and rows of Hiamdala men blur your vision. You make maybe 100. Man from here, not even close. Man from Hiamdal in hell. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular. She's laughing at him. Between the throne and the Hiamdala man lies a bonfire, cast in shadow. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of These shelves are over a couple of spook novels high. A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious. Oh, a nature enthusiast.
The plaque on the shelf reads,
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important...
Shelves full of biographies of... Browsing suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the... Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called... Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume...
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free.
She understands she has aired...
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you.
Several maps have been... The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda. And it's not really a map. Still, the north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the depth. To the east, rolling hill Hudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait, no. Coal City is worse. A charred limb. No, this is somewhere...
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is... They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out from when some design studio people... They didn't get that far. For some reason. A shame. Always good to be informed of...
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biography. Amidst the various books, the point of the book, it serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind of wholeness, when it's up to your mind, it's your own fault if you're ill. The book features chapters on... There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using... This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about it? The throbbing in your head increases with... Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The book contains very little explanation on the matter. The book contains descriptions of, for example, It recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom. Made from. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while it is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins. This is exactly what you... There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital...
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd come, I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez. Your finger moves through the various streets, finally coming to a halt.
For a more detailed view of the map,
There it is again, the scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. Yes, from the height bitter citrus until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupt. Your heart working overtime, trying to keep up with it. Feels so familiar. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if his face, his cheeks, his nose, his face. The oral cavity is cold and moist. You're on the right track. The tongue moves freely in the cavity. Can you feel it? You're a vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded. You see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough. Yes, that's what this... You've seen the drawings. You've studied them. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. The bullet has torn apart his reptilian... This man will never sleep again. Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. The ululations of the limbic system have ended. All is quiet. The lieutenant answers with your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold, sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin. The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush. You push your hand further in. The bullet keeps rolling between your fingers. Out comes his small folding knife. The lieutenant moves its blade.
Withdraw your hand.
With a crack, he punches the knife in the skull. Then, one more time, and one more.
Can you push it out?
A fractured piece of lead.
A bullet. Unknown caliber. Rifled. You may remove your hand from the victim's head. Here is your prize. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Over high velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3, ligament mark. Treatment. It's obvious the Hardy Boy's temper. I had my doubts. There were no signs of a struggle on his hands. No claw marks on...
His brow furrows, while his eyes glaze over. The lieutenant...
Yes, we should take a closer look at it.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use. We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything today. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing.
The word lingers in the air of the basement. Detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the...
No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving... Well, you did provide...
Hi again, Gendarme. Oh, a committee. And if I may ask, Gendarme, what is this committee about? God, of course it is. My friend is as though I don't have enough going on. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, I guess you will. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Oh, hello, dear.
Can I help you?
Again?
I can't believe this shit.
Yes, of course I'm with him.
Well, he's not.
Please, what
Am I fucking? You're getting an intellect.
The Coppernado is back. What do you want? Yeah? What?
The window stands broken in its frame. The shards face outward. A fine web of scarring, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece. The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as... Congratulations. You smashed the window pretty much, but not that it will keep you warm.
I was just thinking.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sense the footprints on the floor, however.
Boring footprints. I want you lean closer to the peephole. You see a heavy steel door. The door doesn't. The machine is dead and silent. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist? Yes.
The lieutenant leans in to listen. Note.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S-K-O-R-T. He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm.
According to Clausia, Lele said his real name wasn't really his.
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the East Brand Military Academy, then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their info.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
None, officer.
A name. This is very good. Ellis Kortenaer.
This means something to him. Sometimes police work is about human dignity.
I'm glad the inquiry was 57.
In the cabin,
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors.
Yeah, tribal shit.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality.
Skulls. Now, was it a good idea on the lieutenant's part to get into this? Don't even answer that. Just leave.
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches.
Which is not to say that the skulls are...
The part of this presentation you want...
These skull people are more than an authority. They're deities.
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
The question was rhetorical. The skull...
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever...
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swag...
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual. A testament to the violence.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock. Or you can find them.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom light's a wretched aggressive.
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy...
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be...
A young woman kneels on a sheet of ice, as if looking for something lost ages ago. She
Yep, oldest...
Yeah, man. It's like at death's door.
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least we're gangs.
Apart from the Union.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make...
Yeah, we are. We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Because we can be just as psycho and vicious.
Ah, you'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you. Whoa! Come on, man.
Yeah, no need to throw your...
That's right.
You wanna talk? Let's talk, boys. Ask them.
He liked how you decisively shut down a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Murder? Yeah.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged.
Yeah.
These punks don't...
Hey! Stop right there! How does one know anything?
Fucking philosophy, man. What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since what I mean by this is,
Like I said before, many men keep... To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times. And even then, it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though, you get more fish because when one fucks...
Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets?
Yes? What is? What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, Detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to... Seems about right, especially considering...
That's an origin.
so are we done here? Or... You don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you? That ride is...
Hey, piss. Look who it is.
These guys aren't scary. You.
Why? Yeah, like he said, total shit. It's shit.
Fine. Fuck it.
It's true. Wow.
Fuck that.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
I'm not wearing that jacket. I already am expressing my individuality. Do.
Look at this.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations. That ride is fucking light.
Hey, piss. Look who it is.
These guys aren't scary.
That ride is...
Hey, piss.
No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls.
What? No. Skulls don't have kings.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly.
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
He gets it.
Shut the fuck up.
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
Fuck you, man. Take them then. Oh, man. Okay. I get it.
Fuck.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you. This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise a...
Cold-hearted cop.
Do.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with...
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.